The first reaction to the new Hunter x Hunter gameplay wasn't great. The game looks bad, the roster is small, the animation budget looks like this. The game got hella cooked, but now that EVO Japan is over and a bunch of players got the chance to try it out, it sounds like maybe it got cooked too soon. Everyone, and I mean everyone that played the game, says that it plays great, it feels awesome, and actually looks a lot better in person. Something that we can actually kind of see, because after that initial gameplay, they released a trailer that immediately looked 100 times better. On top of that, they released these small character clips with the game running at 60 frames per second. What do you know? All of a sudden, it looks like a brand new game. Now, the camera won't be as zoomed in as this is right here when you're playing the game, but you can have a better look at the character models and the animation this way. This literally happens all the time with Japanese creators and Japanese media. Does Elgato just not sell equipment over there? What's their excuse? This happened before and will happen again, and unfortunately there is no way to undo their first impression. Many people have already made their mind up when it comes to this game, and they're not going to change it, unfortunately. Now, I'm not going to pretend this looks like cutting-edge graphics right here, but to be honest, we've been spoiled by Arc System Works when it comes to fighting game graphics. And something to keep in mind is that this game's budget is minuscule. It's actually impressive to me that it looks as good as this, given the budget. Now, I have been reading a lot about this game, everyone's impressions coming from EVO Japan, and I've learned a lot about it. First of all, the new trailer revealed 2 more characters, Uvogin and Machi. And then Justin Wong just posted some gameplay with the developers and casually revealed Bomber as well. So we got 9 out of the 16 characters already, and my prediction is flawless so far. Not to brag too much about it. But then I also read more about the mechanics, and first of all, it's one-button specials. There are no technical motions at all. So think something like Smash Bros. You got your neutral Bs, your side Bs, your down Bs, all that good stuff, just one button away. There's an extra button that if you hold down, then your light, your medium, and your heavy attacks all become auto combos. So your characters have 3 auto combos each, and some of them seem to be pretty long. But this means that Hunter x Hunter is gonna be an 8-button fighting game. And if you're a stick player, that might be rough. That said, it's probably fine on controller. There are a ton of more intricate mechanics. For instance, you can sacrifice your recoverable health for a cancel or a buff. I don't fully understand it yet, but this thing has depth, and it's gonna be a while before we fully discover what this game has to offer, even though it's got a roster as small as 16 characters. Now, I was browsing YouTube the other day, and I clicked the Lotus video, and the man told me to my face, don't give up on this game yet. And I was like, you know what? Let him cook. And I'm gonna let him cook. I'm gonna let him cook right here on this channel. Lotus, hi, how's it going?
Hey, what's good, my man? Thanks for having me.
So, I don't know about you, but I think a lot of this game's impression is gonna come down to what's the cost? You know, what's the price? Because I don't think people need to care that the budget is low, but if you're gonna make a low budget game, you can't sell it for 60, man. What are your thoughts on that? Like, if this game comes out and it's $60, what do you think is gonna happen?
I think it's a great point you bring up, and I think that's something that a lot of people care about, because I feel like the most common comment I've been getting in the couple of videos that I've covered with all this EVO Japan stuff coming out is people talking about price. Oh, this looks like a $20 game or a $30 game, or this better not be full price, or I would spend $40, $50 max on this. And I'm the type of consumer and the gamer who's also in a unique, position with being a content creator, where I can justify the price of most video games, right? So even if this game were to be $60, I'd probably still buy it, especially because I'm so interested in it. But I would completely understand and agree that given that it's low budget, given that visually it's not all quite there, and obviously the game has no release date, so it still has time to improve. And I mean, of course. The mechanics of the gameplay look kind of fire as we're looking at right now, but it definitely probably should be a lower price game. It probably shouldn't be $60, $70.
Yeah, everyone that played it so far is like, yeah, if you want to do that nasty mix, you can do that nasty mix. Like, the stuff that you want to do that you think is going to work actually works. And we're watching some CAG Osaka gameplay here. Last time I reacted to the full CAG Osaka video. If you don't know, that's a fighting game group with legends such as Goichi and Fenritti. Eita is also playing in this video like he was last time, but to be honest, Eita feels like the warm-up character more and more the longer this goes. He's playing on the right with Netero right now, and Goichi is absolutely cooking, and Eita feels like he's still trying to figure out the buttons. But that said, we're going to be watching this brand new gameplay together with Lotus, and now that we understand the game a little bit better, it's probably good to watch what could be hype about this game, because watching this gameplay actually gets me hyped about it. You know, the looks, the graphics, obviously, like the spectacle isn't fully there, especially because they're capturing this at 30 FPS. I don't know, man. CAG Osaka, I feel like they've won enough tournaments to pay for an Elgato, but
that's what's so unfortunate about this game, though, more than anything, is that, like, I think there are parts where it does look pretty good, right? But that first impression is so crucial, and I think a lot of people, and that's why I made the video, is like, wait, don't give up on this game, even though I know, for some it's too far gone. It's going to be too late because that first impression is so important. But seeing the game in 30 FPS in the way that we did is so drastically different when we started seeing the trailers and the gameplay that came out that was 60 FPS. Just a change in frame rate. Then also the zoomed in camera helped out a lot as well. That was something I acknowledged when I first saw the original gameplay that they posted. I was like, the camera feels a bit too far zoomed out to me, but it is what it is, though.
I actually like it, man. Compared to Marvel, at the very least, I always felt super claustrophobic in Marvel. I think that that camera is too zoomed in. The screen is too small for how big those character models are. But like in a way, it kind of forces the two characters to be super close to each other. But then again, it's not like Zero wasn't able to zone you out anyway. So I don't know if it did much to prevent that stuff.
Yeah, homie, bro, this is so unfortunate.
I told you, man. Eita is the warm-up character. We're here for the final show, which is Goichi versus Fenritti. Until then, we're just gonna watch the warm-up matches. I guess we'll focus a little bit more on gameplay once we come to that one match. I am curious though. Like you mentioned, as a content creator, obviously we're gonna spend money on this. We have no problem because we can make it back, right? I always do try to have the perspective of, okay, what's a regular gamer? You know, like someone that doesn't do this for a living. What would I pay if I wasn't doing this job? I always do have that perspective, but then you know, it's hard because I'm also a content creator, and I feel like many times it is my responsibility to be like you did on that video, like, hey, don't give up on this game yet. But it's so tiresome, man, because some people just don't want to be convinced, do they? Like, they made up their mind.
No, there are some people who, once they make up their mind, they're not looking to be convinced. They don't want to listen to reason. They're not looking to have a conversation. It's like, no, this is my opinion, and I'm standing on it no matter what. It is what it is. There's just some people whose minds you can't change, but I feel you when you say that it's tiresome, because it definitely can be, because I don't
want to convince them, man. You know, I just don't want to. You don't want to hate. You want to hate the game? Okay, fine. Just get out of my comment section. Let me enjoy this thing in peace.
Right.
I don't know, man. Sometimes it does feel that way, though. I like the look of the stage. Speaking of the look of this game, I think something that is like wildly different in how it looks is the stages. The forest stage, for instance, I think looks kind of bad, and this one I think looks really good. So it's a little bit inconsistent on that front.
Yeah, I mean, visually, this game, like you mentioned, I saw, I think it was JM Cross, who I saw on Twitter, was looking into it and trying to figure out, you know, some actual information about why the game looks the way that it does, or the alleged budget that it had. And I believe the number that came out was roughly $650,000 for the budget of this game, which is very low for a game. So for it to even be as fleshed out as it is honestly pretty impressive. And like, I think the game looks a little low res, but like I think the models look fine, to be honest. And then, like we said, in the other gameplay that we've seen with the higher frame rate, it looks significantly better. The UI, I think, needs a lot of work more than anything. I think a better, fresher UI would help this game significantly in terms of like the visual appearance and just appeal of the game, but that's just me.
This man Eita is just doing one button combos. That's crazy.
You know what's funny? So when we started seeing some of this gameplay, I was like, oh, okay, some of these combos look kind of sick, only to find out with like a rush combo. I was like, so a lot of these combos I was probably seeing is just a rush combo, which is kind of crazy because some of those combos were kind of wild.
Yeah, and then they are pretty big too. So okay, Eita, we're done. We're finally gonna go into the main match, Goichi versus Fenritti. They both seem to be very big Hisoka fans, so they were both cooking with Hisoka really hard. Kurapika, I've heard some saucy stuff, but I
think LK on Twitter said that Hisoka felt like the strongest character in this build or whatever.
Yeah, LK said that, and he also said like Kurapika, very strong assist. I think a lot of people besides LK have been saying like Leordi's assist is insane. So really curious to see this match right here. So Goichi with Kiddo on player 2.
Already.
The bungee gum is so cool, man. The bungee gum gimmick, like your normals with Hisoka apply the bungee gum and then you just pull them back in. Like it gives you more combo options. It's crazy. This dive though, hold up. Can you just do that? Because he has been just doing that. Yeah, look how safe he was. Sheesh.
I was about to say, it doesn't seem like it's very punishable, and obviously, you know, the game's not even out yet, let alone being able to say that it's still new or still fresh, but...
That conversion was sick. Yeah, the OTG punch into the super, that's
I don't know about you, but I love OTG.
Wait, he died? Whoa! Whoa! No, we're stopping this. What was that health?
The damage in this game is going to be so insane, and that's with no overgear and with, what's the other mechanic? I already forgot the name. The other one.
The fast one that consumes your own recoverable health.
Yeah, your recoverable health. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Look at that health, bro. That was the
like,
first
what,
hit, and it was like a
70%
jumping
health, somewhere
chain.
around there?
That's crazy. I mean, it's 3 bars. It's a level 3. But he still had so much health before the super. Look at their reaction. That killed.
Yeah, that's with no overgear or anything. That's yo, you're gonna explode in this game.
Oh yeah. I mean, no one's doing optimals yet, so imagine when they are. Okay,
it's gonna be like just incoming TODs constantly. It's really gonna be Marvel 3. You just explode. It's a killing game.
I like it. Embrace that side of the game. You know, is what I say. Like, embrace the Soge side of it. But like, to embrace it, you also have to embrace the price side of it. You can't just like. I really hope they don't go too greedy on the pricing of this. I mean, obviously, DLC characters, focus on that, you know? Make DLC your business model, but sell the game cheap at the start.
I'm wondering... I wonder what potential can come from the success of this game, right? Like, okay, if this game does really well, it's like, okay, we want to do a sequel, or we want to do like what people always wanted to see from Arxis, where we do this type of game with other IPs, but now after all the success and the money we made off this, we can do bigger and better and make it look a lot better, have it more fleshed out, have a bigger base roster, you know what I'm saying? And who knows what series they would do that with, but or if they have plans for that at all. But I do wonder what type of doors this could open if this game does succeed and do well.
Yeah, I do think this could be a new venue for anime games, because if you can develop an anime game, a fighting anime game, as cheaply as $650,000, then suddenly the doors are open for other companies to do the same with other IPs as well. If they see the success,
so this
success here.
install is so sick, bro. You turn into just a demon. You're so fast, and the damage is so crazy from what I was told.
I think LK said you have 8 wave movements too. So
yeah, Killua. I'm a Killua main day one. That is a lock for me. There's not a doubt in my mind he's going to be on my team.
Let me see the rest of the roster. But so far on this roster, I would pick Killua too. This, I'm not sure I'm a big fan of this. You know, Overgear, this game's Sparking Blast, seems to completely deny block stun. So imagine you're doing like a regular string on someone and they pop it and it's like, oh, you're getting punished. Like, okay. Like, okay, maybe they can only do it once per game because, you know, Overgear, like they spend it and it's gone. That's a good game. That's a good game right there. But I don't know, man. I like my block strings. Removing block stun, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
It's the Kasog game, man.
I like the idea of like still being able to use it in block stun like they eventually did with Sparking, but I don't like the idea of being punished for doing a block string that would have been safe otherwise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, silver lining is you get 1. You get 1 per game.
That's a one-time thing.
All right, Lotus, before I let you go, I want you to react to this. The character prediction that I made months ago.
It looks pretty good so far. So I also did a character prediction kind of like theory video with Lord Knight that's over up on his channel.
Yes. And, how many characters did you guys predict? First of all, what's the number there?
I think it came around to like 25. I was like, we were like 24, 25. We basically was like, it's probably going to launch with around the same number of characters as Dragon Ball Fighters, which obviously this is less. But what I will say is that we have very similar predictions.
I went 15 and 27, right? So like expanding to DLC territory maybe, but yeah, 15 was my initial prediction. Machi, I actually put her as like a DLC thing, you know? But
here she is in the base game.
Yeah, I mean, I only predicted 15 base game. It's 16, so I'm not taking that L yet. So far, I'm 9 for 9, baby. 9 for 9.
I also ended up making like a mock like roster myself, like a character select screen that I tweeted out like on, what was it, March 30th or 31st or whatever. And then it was April Fool's joke, and I was like, "Oh man, look at this leak!" But I mean, like the characters that I picked so far is looking pretty good here.
Folks, I will leave a link to Lotus's YouTube in the description down below in case you want to check out more stuff from Lotus. He's definitely going to make more Hunter x Hunter content for sure. Lotus, has been a pleasure having you on the channel once again.
No doubt, no doubt. It's been a pleasure being here. Thank you again for having me as always, and I got to get you back on my channel as well sometime soon.
And if you want more Hunter x Hunter gameplay, check out my first initial reaction as well as the first gameplay that we ever saw of this game. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.